Have you ever encountered a door slammed shut in your face only to realize it was the finest thing that could have happened to you? No, today we're getting deep into the skill of turning the tables on rejection, inspired by none other than the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. Suppose you're in a universe where every no doesn't push you down, but pushes you. Advanced rejection, a term that commonly provides a sting, might become your stepping stone to greatness. It's not about deceiving destiny, but realizing that sometimes the cosmos's no is a hidden yes to something better. So, are you feeling disregarded, ignored, or undervalued? It's time to alter the script in this video. We'll explore 13 powerful courses that teach you to harness the power of refusal. We're not merely discussing theory, they are practical, actual world methods that you may utilize in your everyday lives. Before we start let's make sure this insight reaches as many people possible. Tap that like button and ring the notice bell. It informs YouTube you're finding value in what we're sharing now. Let's get started on this transformational adventure together. Ready to transform your rejections, become your greatest victory. Number 1. Ignore them too. 1. Ignore them too. When life offers you the cold shoulder of indifference, don't shrink back. Rise above it. Dismissing those who ignore you isn't petty. It's a strong declaration of your self-worth picture. This someone believes you're not worth their time. That's their loss, not yours. By selecting not to interact, you're saying, I am worth more. It's like turning a mirror towards them, quietly mirroring their conduct and showing them you're unaffected. Now, how can you do this without losing oneself in bitterness? Just concentration on your life, your objectives, your happiness. Dive into activities that enhance you. Be it reading, sports, acquiring a new skill, or merely enjoying the company of those who do appreciate you. This isn't about obtaining back at someone. It's about regaining your energy and investing it where it matters. Sometimes it hurts when someone ignores us, but instead of concentrating in that agony, utilize it as a driver for development. Construct a fortress of self-respect and allow their indifference bounce off it. You're not merely surviving their rejection, you're prospering despite it. This attitude doesn't merely display emotional maturity, it's a testimonial to your inner strength. Remember, your worth doesn't drop based on someone's incapacity to see your value. Keep loyal to yourself and allow your deeds speak louder than their silent too. Don't respond emotionally. 2. Don't respond emotionally. Rejection may hurt, making you desire to respond, to let your emotions go free. But here's a hidden weapon from the Stoic playbook: tranquility. When someone brushes you off, it's easy to allow irritation. When melancholy grabbed the driver's seat, Stoicism, a philosophy as relevant today as it was in ancient Greece, gives an alternate route. It encourages adopting a rote, thoughtful answer. This isn't about repressing your emotions, it's about not allowing them dominate you when you're ignored, instead of becoming mad or wanting affirmation. Take a step back. Ask yourself, why is this upsetting me? Sometimes it's not really the rejection itself, but our own insecurities that damage us the most. This is where we need to get practical. You're being neglected. Breathe, ponder on why this moment isn't defining you. It's simply that a moment. Stoicism tells us to concentrate on our actions and reactions, not on others' behavior. Therefore, keep nice, stay friendly. If you feel like contacting out, do so with sincere inquiry, not expectation. This approach isn't about being passive, it's about becoming master of your emotions. It's acknowledging that your self-worth isn't connected to others' approval. Your power lies in how you react, not in how others treat you. That's a game changer. Adopting this mentality isn't easy, but it's a transformative moment. You master calmness in the face of rejection. You're not merely managing a challenging circumstance, you're discovering that your inner peace doesn't rely on external affirmation. It's a trip towards self-confidence, where you learn to value yourself independently. By doing this, you show tremendous strength and resilience. And guess what? That's really attractive. Folks are attracted to folks that are self-confident, those who don't collapse at the first evidence of apathy. Thus, by being cool, you're not just coping, you're flourishing. You're becoming someone who can confront rejection and turn it into a stepping stone for personal progress. That's the Stoic method. 3. Eliminate them from your 3. Remove them from your memory mind when confronted with rejection. Mastering the skill of detachment becomes a valuable tool in your arsenal. This isn't about forgetting or faking the rejection didn't hurt. It's about funneling that experience into something transformative. Start with admitting the rejection, sense its effect, but don't let it attach your mind like a competent sailor navigating stormy seas. Utilize the waves to propel you forward, not to capsize your boat. Changing rejection needs a movement in perspective. Image rejection, not as an obstacle, but as a detour sign leading you towards new pathways and possibilities. Explore activities that enhance your soul and widen your horizons. Plunge into a book that challenges your mind. Taking up a sport that pushes your limits, or volunteer in a community initiative that delivers a fresh viewpoint. These aren't just distractions, they are stepping stones to self-discovery and progress. Every new experience carves out a part of you, making you more robust, more adaptable. Also establish a circle of positivity. Surround oneself with individuals who elevate and inspire you in their corporation. Share your ambitions and listen to theirs. Such interactions generate a place where mutual growth grows. Remember, rejection is not a reflection of your value. It's an invitation to rediscover and reinvent yourself. As you navigate this voyage, you'll discover that what formerly appeared like a painful rejection was in reality a shove towards a more satisfying route. 4. Illustrate 4. Demonstrate your worth. Your worth. Rejection hurts, yet it's also a litmus test for your resilience. Instead of withering under its weight, view it as an opportunity to display your grit next. Whenever you're stepped in a meeting or ignored for a promotion, take a breath. Instead of generating a tempest of self-pity or resentment, put that energy into constructive action. Work on a project. It shows your expertise, or offer to launch a new project. Your value isn't lessened by others' supervision. It's a chance to shine brighter, undaunted by the shadows of rejection. Remember a classic proverb: when one door shuts, another opening. That's not simply idle chatter, it's a plan for action. Rejection isn't a reflection on your value, it's a redirection to where you're required more. If you're passed over for a role, maybe it's the universe prodding you towards something that aligns better. Using your abilities and hobbies, utilize this as a trigger to review and refocus. What are your primary talents? How can you pivot to make the most of them? It's about crafting your success narrative. 1. When every setback is a preparation for a return. This isn't about plastering a grin over disappointment. It's about accepting the whole gamut of emotions and then going forth with grace. Stoicism instructs us to concentrate on what we can regulate our behaviors and responses when confronted with rejection. Practice empathy, both for yourself and others. Maybe the co-worker who neglected you is battling their own anxieties. Extend understanding not as a weakness, but as a testament to your strength. Grow from these experiences, reflect on them, study, and then, like a phoenix, rise. From the ashes of rejection, more formidable and smarter than before. Rejection, hence, isn't the conclusion of your narrative. It's a twist in the plot, pushing you towards becoming the most real, resilient version of yourself. Tackle it head-on, with the knowledge of the ages and the vitality of youth. Then watch as it evolves from your biggest fear to your greatest ally in personal development and success. 5. Break off communication. Silent. 5. cut off contact, isn't merely the lack of sound. It's an important tool in your emotional repertoire, particularly while coping with rejection. Think you've been ignored or turned down. Your instinct may scream to fix it, to reach out to bridge the gap. But here's where you flip the script. Embrace quiet. It's not about playing games. It's about recovering your power when you chose not to respond, not to bombard with mails or calls. You're taking a step back. This pause isn't just for them. It's for you to readjust, to recall your worth. Isn't connected to someone's approval. Let's explore deeper. This silence isn't passive, it's active and strategic. You're not simply waiting, you're reflecting and growing. It's a time to refocus on your goals, your passions, your life. Think of it as a reset button giving you clarity and strength. This period of no contact isn't cold or unkind. It's a boundary you set for your mental peace. It's saying, I respect myself too much to chase or beg. This mindset isn't just stoic, it's empowering. It speaks volumes about your self-worth and confidence. Ultimately, consider the silent message you're sending in a world where instant responses are expected. Your silence can be intriguing, even attractive. It shows you're not easily shaken, that you have a life full of interest and priorities. Beyond this rejection, it's not about making them regret or come back crawling. It's about showing you're solid-centered and not easily swayed by external validation. This approach doesn't guarantee a change in their behavior, but it ensures a change in yours, making you stronger, more centered, and ready to face whatever comes next with grace and poise. 6. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. The art of using rejection isn't simply about proving others wrong, but proving to yourself what you're truly capable of. It's about transforming no into your fuel for growth. Let's say someone doubts your abilities in a specific skill or task. Here's your chance to sharpen that skill, not for their approval, but to surpass your own limits. Dive deep into learning, practice relentlessly, and show up with a level of proficiency that even you didn't know you had. This isn't about a grand reveal to the doubters. It's about silently constructing a fortress of competence and self-assurance. Now imagine the impact of your actions rather than words. You don't need to publicize your intentions or progress. Allow your outcomes. Talk. If you're viewed as uncreative, start on a project that exhibits your originality. If tagged as uncommitted, let your constant actions be your reaction. This quiet revolution of self-improvement isn't a war opposing others' views, but a crusade for personal greatness. And when you modify the world's story about you changes too. The actual substance of proof people incorrect lies not in altering their viewpoints, but in converting your own self-image. Your path of self-improvement will not only astonish others, but also redefine your comprehension of your capabilities. This isn't just about proving them incorrect, it's about redefining what justice means to you. And in this journey, the greatest victory is the awareness that the only validity that really important is the one you offer yourself. 7. Go out and have fun. 7. Go out and have fun. Life's genuine essence shines brightest when we move beyond our comfort zones. Accepting joy isn't only about having fun, it's a wise move to construct resilience when confronted with rejection. The common response is to retreat, to stew in the sourness of the experience. But here's a twist: counter that instinct by consciously seeking out pleasure. This isn't about disregarding your sentiments, it's about giving them a new, whether it's discovering a new pastime or rediscovering an old interest. The act itself becomes a declaration of defiance against the weight of rejection. People are sociable beings, and there's enormous power in sharing experiences on your quest to leverage rejection. Remember the importance of your tribe. Ask friends for a trek. Join a community art project or just share a meal. These moments of connection do more than merely boost your mood. They reconfirm your position in the tapestry of human contact. Each giggle exchanged, each tale conveyed is a gentle reminder that you are more than the sum of when you're part of a greater narrative, one that feeds on connection and shared resilience. Here's where the true magic occurs. Step into the unknown. Rejection might seem like a locked door, but in fact it unlocks as many more tries. A cuisine you've never eaten, visit a neighborhood you've never explored, or attend a workshop on a subject alien to you. These encounters are not merely distractions. They're opportunities for growth. Each new event adds layers to your persona, making you more adaptive, more empathic, and more ready to manage life's curveballs. Remember, the purpose isn't to forget the rejection, but to develop from it, converting every no into a stepping stone towards a richer, more lively existence. 8. Increase your social position. Assume you're 8. Build your social standing in a room overlooked, virtually unnoticeable. Here lies your secret potential. Stoicism teaches us to turn such times of rejection into inspirations for personal progress instead of seeking affirmation. Concentrate on self-enhancement and community involvement. This isn't about climbing a social ladder. It's about rising your personal ladder of self-development activities like physical fitness, exploration, hobbies, or progressing in your career aren't simply chores. They are your instruments to create out a stronger, more resilient self. Ponder about sharing your journey, not for applause but for connection. When you discuss about your hobbies or accomplishments, let it be a gateway to locate others who resonate with your tale. This isn't a technique to gain followers, but a serious endeavor to locate like-minded souls by interacting in volunteering or networking. You're not, by adding lines to your CV, you're creating a tapestry of meaningful relationships. This technique is fundamentally based in Stoic philosophy, where personal development and contributing to the greater good are intertwined in improving your social position. The goal is paramount. It's not a quest for popularity, it's a trip towards becoming a better version of oneself. Every move you take should be a step towards improvement, with a ripple impact that enriches the community. This viewpoint change is vital. It's not about being seen, it's about seeing yourself improve, and in turn assisting others. Cultivate this Stoic mentality is a strong tool in navigating the contemporary world, turning the flood of rejection into a strong surge of positive transformation. 9. Behave as if they don't exist when presented by someone who 9. Act as if they doesn't exist. Ignores you sometimes. The strongest answer is a quiet one. It's not about being petty or chilly. It's about respecting your own peace. If someone chose to neglect you, you allow them. Don't spend your efforts trying to catch their eye or initiate a discussion. Instead, focus your attention in a sociable atmosphere, like a party. This may signify moving towards someone who appreciates your firm. Start a discussion there. It's about understanding that your value isn't defined by someone else's recognition. In the unavoidable junctions where you must interact with this individual, maintain professionalism. Keep discussions short to the point and devoid of personal depth. This isn't about showing them up. It's about showing up for yourself by keeping it purely business. You're not creating. Allow for unneeded drama. It's a position that says, I'm here for what's vital, not for the play. This approach helps you keep focused on what matters, keeping you anchored and unshaken by indifference ultimate. If the disdain persists, welcome the power of stepping away. This isn't defeat. It's a strategic retreat. It's about realizing that your energy is best invested elsewhere in connections and pursuits that offer you joy and progress. By deciding not to participate in a one-sided difficulty, you're not simply going past a person, you're heading towards better opportunities, healthy interaction, and a more tranquil state of mind. Your reaction to apathy isn't a reflection of failure. It's a monument to your strength and self-respect. 10. Give them the quiet treatment. Selecting 10. Give them the quiet treatment. Quiet in the face of indifference isn't about obtaining the upper hand. It's about keeping your dignity. Stoicism instructs us to utilize quiet not as a method to provoke or manipulate, but as a tool for self-re-evaluation and emotions. Mastery when someone ignores you and you answer with silence. Let that quiet be a period of reflection. It's a moment to comprehend your emotions, to sift through your ideas, and to discover clarity. This isn't about punishing the other person. It's about retaining your inner serenity in with quiet. There's a tremendous opportunity for personal improvement. It's not about closing down. It's about opening up to yourself. Stoicism urges us to utilize these times to focus on our virtues, our values, and how we desire to interact with the globe. It's an opportunity to ask ourselves, why does this hurt me? What can I learn from this? How can I grow? This type of stillness is constructive, not harmful. It's a time to reaffirm your character and match your response reactions with your ideals. So if you want to stay silent, let it be a deliberate choice anchored in self-care and knowledge. It's a choice to avoid partaking in practices that are beneath you, like manipulation, vengeance, or pettiness. Instead, it's accepting Stoicism, demand for temperance and self-control, by deciding not to react. You're not simply ignoring someone else. You're attent, like listening to yourself. It's a discipline of sustaining your composure, concentrating on your personal traveling, and embracing the Stoic ideal of serenity in the face of hardship. 11:11. Don't ask for attention. Don't ask for attention in the face of indifference. The Stoic method isn't to beg, seeking attention. It's a call to anchor yourself in your own self-worth and independence. When someone ignores you, it's not a signal for you to execute form, louder for their sight. Instead, it's a chance to look within and reinforce your own worth. Stoicism tells us that our self-esteem shouldn't be a pendulum influenced by others. It's about being solid in your own self-regard, knowledge that your value isn't up for negotiation. Participate in your hobbies and pursuits with a heart full of self-sufficiency. It's not about displaying off to make someone understand what they're missing. It's about realizing for yourself what you contribute to the table. Enjoying activities that satisfy you, connect with others that admire you, and build a life that makes you proud. This isn't a passive act. It's a vivid, lively embrace of your own life. It's about being so absorbed in your own development and enjoyment that the desire for outside affirmation begins to dwindle away into irrelevance. So rather than pursuing after fleeting attention, invest in oneself. Construct a life that you're satisfied with, irrespective of how others see it. Let your confidence and self-assurance be a result of your own development and achievements, not a show put on for an audience. This Stoic strategy isn't simply about coping with rejection. It's about surpassing it by focused on what actually matters, your own path of development and fulfillment. You turn rejection into a chance to reinforce your determination and enhance your grasp of self-worth. 12. Be nice, but emotionally. 12. Be nice, but emotionally detached, far away. Even when confronted with indifference, choose to react with compassion, but preserve your emotions. World fortified. This isn't about being chilly. It's about safeguarding your inner peace when someone ignores you. It's normal to feel upset or irritated. Nevertheless, Stoicism instructs us to meet such occasions not with emotive tumult, but with a composed heart. Provide a grin, a courteous hello, or a simple wish for a happy day. But do so without the weight of expectations. Your compassion is a gift, not a transaction. Maintaining emotional distance is not about creating walls, it's about sketching lines. It's recognizing that although you can control your actions, you cannot control how others answer. This distance is not a sign of weakness, yet a measure of strength and self-respect. It's an intentional decision to not allow someone else's behavior determine your mental condition by keeping compassionate but detached. You're saying, I chose not to let your apathy disrupt my equilibrium. This technique doesn't simply safeguard you, it strengthens you, and this path of compassion mixed with emotions. Detachment is a strong representation of Stoic wisdom. It's a balance that permits you to contact with grace, yet stand solid in your own emotional integrity. It's a sign of respect for yourself and for others, and a testimony to your development and understanding. This manner, you travel through life's rejections, not with hatred or resentment, yet with an unshakable feeling of inner calm and dignity. 13. Don't reveal 13. Don't expose your hardship, your challenge when someone ignores you. The urge to display your troubles might be daunting, yet Stoicism teaches us the technique of sustaining our composure. It's not about faking everything is good. It's about internal resilience. Demonstrating that you're untouched isn't a farce. It's a reflection of actual inner stability. Proceed with your life with the same vigor and determination as before. It's not a spectacle for others, but a tribute to your own strength. This approach isn't about denying your sentiments, accept them, but don't let them be the captain of your ship. Allow tranquility and self-assurance be your guides. It's about controlling what you can, your actions, your replies, your demeanor. By continuing your life with confidence, you're not only displaying people your strength, you're reminding yourself of it. It's a subtle yet strong manner of demonstrating that your feeling of self-worth is independent of others' opinions or activities. In essence, by not exposing your difficulty, you're embracing the Stoic philosophy of emotional resilience. This isn't about masking your feelings. It's about controlling them in a manner that protects your dignity and self-respect. It's a sign of wisdom and integrity, suggesting that you are anchored in your own character and not affected by external circumstances, your answer in the face. Because rejection is not only for the globe to realize, it's a mirror reflecting your own fortitude and stability. We've gone together through the twists and turns of reversal psychology, unearthing 13 powerful tips on changing rejection into a tool for your achievement. Recall. Each no you confront is a stepping stone to resilience, a lesson in Stoicism, teaching us to unleash our inner strength. Now I urge you to utilize these thoughts in your everyday existence. Embrace rejection, not as a setback, but as a spur for progress and self-discovery. I'm interested to hear your tales of triumph, so hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and post a remark below. Share your journey, your achievements, and even your hardships. If you're at a loss for words, simply write "courage in hardship" to prove you've got through our session. Your interaction feeds this community, guiding us towards knowledge, understanding, and above all, the ability of turning every struggle into an opportunity. Here's to mastering the art of Stoic resilience together. Stay Stoic.